Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to correctly diagnose and test a thermostat in a fridge or a wine cooler. So I have this monogram wine cooler, and recently it started to ice up in the back of the unit, and so I unplugged it and defrosted it and left it unplugged for a day, plug it back in. A couple of days later, the icing comes back. So if that happened to you, then there's a good chance that the thermostat is bad and doesn't allow the unit to shut off the compressor once it's reached its cold temperature setting. So went ahead and ordered a new thermostat. This is what it looks like, so I'm going to show you how to properly test this unit out. What you can do is get an ohm meter, set it on the lowest ohm setting, and when the switch is in the off position, it should be an open circuit between these two terminals on the thermostat. And so the first thing that you're going to do is obviously turn the switch on. As soon as it click on, you should see a closed circuit. That's the first thing. And if you do some research and look on YouTube, this is how they show you how to test it, but that's only the first part. The main, how this unit works is that it's not an electrical device. So some people mistaken it for being a potentiometer, where if you would turn this knob, then the resistance would increase or decrease, but that's not the case. This is strictly a mechanical unit. The way it works is it has gas in these tubes, and this end is inserted inside the refrigerator. So when it gets cold, this air would expand and presses onto a diaphragm inside the thermostat, and that would cause it to open up the circuit. So when it gets too cold, it would open up the circuit, which will cause the compressor to shut off. And that's how it works. So the next thing that you're going to do to properly test it, once you turn it on from the off position, it should be a closed circuit, and it will stay that way until it gets to a pre-programmed cold temperature. Then that should open up, allowing the compressor to be shut off, and that's how it works. So what you're gonna do is take the whole thing, okay, and then go ahead and set it inside the freezer. Okay, so once it's inside the freezer, go ahead and shut the door. Wait for it to cool down. And depending on the setting, if you set it to a warmer position on the switch, then the contact, you see that it's open up. Okay, so if it gets cold enough, that should open up the circuit, which causes the compressor to shut off, and this thermostat is working. Now if you set it to the warmest position on the thermostat, that would cause the diaphragm to be adjusted closer to the contact, which would have a shorter distance to cause the switch to open, so it doesn't take that much in terms of temperature to cause the switch to open up. And if you set it to the coldest setting, then it's a little further away from the contact. The diaphragm is further away from the contact, and it takes longer and colder for the switch to activate. So that's how you test it. And if I take this back out from the switch and from the fridge and warm it back up, warm it. That should, when it gets warm, it should open up. You heard that click. Okay, so I hope this helped you out, and until the next video.